Happy Monday, April 29th, everyone. Hunter here at North Central Weather Center, and in today's weather forecast, we're going to be looking at a very active weather pattern going through this week and looking ahead at the weekend forecast, as it is the first weekend in May 4th and 5th on Saturday and Sunday. So if you are here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We'll keep you covered on the weather across the North Central United States this year. Also, be sure to press the like button, the thumbs up button down below. I definitely appreciate it. So let's get into the weather forecast for your Monday, April the 29th. And this morning, temperatures were much warmer over here across the Ohio Valley and into the Midwest, where we did see 60s to start off the day in places like Indianapolis, near 60 in Chicago, and in St. Louis. A little bit colder to the west here this morning, into the mid and upper 30s. Some frost and freeze potential we had across Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, back through the Dakotas, Nebraska, even western Kansas was in the upper 30s this morning. As we go into the afternoon, yes, dry ground across western Kansas will catapult our temperatures well into the middle and upper 70s. Still cold up here, though, across the upper Midwest, especially for northern Minnesota. Temperatures will struggle to get much above the freezing point into the middle 30s this afternoon. And looking at our precipitation chances today, we do have some rain showers, a rain-snow mix at times with those colder temperatures up there in northern Minnesota. Kind of a raw day, but further to the south, we have the warmer air and a cold front moving through. We could be seeing some showers and storms across portions of the Ohio Valley, particularly across Indiana and downstate Illinois and western Kentucky this afternoon. That will continue into this evening. We are not expecting severe weather. The instability values across portions of Indiana, western Kentucky, and downstate Illinois are not strong enough to support severe weather there. And even going into early Tuesday morning, we got some rain showers or sprinkles trying to move into western Dakotas and the Nebraska Panhandle, and over here as well from Ohio down into central Kentucky, still seeing some showers and storms. But other than that, most of us will remain dry. And here's your rainfall totals going through Tuesday morning on April 30th. You can see the heaviest rains over here toward the Ohio River Valley around the Louisville region, stretching back to Evansville, Indiana, the Paducah, Kentucky region, Bowling Green, Kentucky. These areas over an inch of rain, with locally up to 2 inches worth of rain through your Tuesday morning commute. So watching out for flash flooding there. Moving into early week here, Tuesday, April 30th into Wednesday, May 1st, as we turn the calendar, looking at our high temperatures on Tuesday, tomorrow, very warm spring-like day across much of the north central U.S., well into the 80s down here into Kansas as a warm front surges to the north. As we go into Wednesday, another very spring-like day will finally be warming up across the upper Midwest. Temperatures here well into the 60s for your Wednesday afternoon. But we are keeping an eye on a new storm system for Tuesday here, entering into the Pacific Northwest and our high plains areas. And you can see that's going to kind of set up a battleground across the middle of the north central United States on Wednesday as well. And this is going to contribute to some severe weather. You have colder air coming in from the west, warmer air across the east, that battleground in between, and that's where we see severe weather. The Storm Prediction Center currently has a slight risk, a level 2 out of 5 for severe weather from southern Minnesota through western and central Iowa, back into southeastern South Dakota, eastern Nebraska, getting into northeastern Kansas and northwestern Missouri here. Areas affected, Sioux Falls down here toward Omaha, Des Moines back here in towards the Lincoln, Nebraska region, Topeka, Kansas, down here toward Wichita, and then Kansas City metro area as well. Looking at some of the hazards in which these storms could bring on Tuesday, we could be seeing some very strong winds, even hurricane force wind gusts over 75 miles per hour in these dash shaded lines outlined in black across Sioux Falls, Omaha, Lincoln, Nebraska, and stretching over closer to Des Moines. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. Also, very large hailstones. We have a lot of cold air aloft with this system as it moves in, and a very warm air at the surface, so that will create those big hailstones over 2 inches in diameter. Those hen egg size hailstones are larger from Sioux Falls down through Omaha there, Lincoln, Nebraska, and into the Topeka region as we go through Tuesday afternoon and evening. And we are concerned with a tornado risk again, unfortunately, in the very same areas that got hit hard by our tornado outbreak literally a few days ago, around the Omaha region, up there into Sioux Falls, back towards the Ames, Iowa, Des Moines region. We'll have a 5% chance of a tornado within a 25-mile point of any given location in this brown shaded color, a 2% chance of tornadoes down here into Kansas City, Topeka, Wichita, even as far north as the Twin Cities in Minneapolis, St. Paul. And this is all in the vicinity of our triple point. We have a warm front lifting north, low pressure system developing, and a dry line cold front combination that is going to lead to some significant severe weather with tornado potential. Let's look at the setup here. So not as big of a warm sector or as strong of a warm sector as with our last storm. Dew points only into the 50s for the most part, maybe some low 60s out there as well. We are seeing instability values creeping up into moderate instability range. You can see up to around 2,000 joules per kilogram on Tuesday, and a stronger low-level jet Tuesday afternoon around 30 knots or so. That will increase going into Tuesday evening, and what that will do is near the triple point up here, especially into western, northwestern Iowa, and even southern Minnesota for a time, Tuesday afternoon will increase those significant tornado parameter values over 1, up to 6s at the max Tuesday afternoon. And then as we go into Tuesday evening, as that low-level jet starts to become more widespread and stronger, those values will become more widespread and stronger as well. From Kansas especially, seeing those values peaking to 12s as we go into Tuesday evening. So watching that. Looking at the timing of the storms, Tuesday morning we have some showers and storms elevated north of our developing low pressure system up here into the Dakotas. If any severe weather comes of this will mainly be for some smaller hail. Maybe some quarter-size hail up here, not really that big of a deal. As we go into Tuesday afternoon, the triple point low pressure setup here with the warm front lifting north, cold front dry line setup here as well. We're going to be watching out for some isolated to widely scattered supercells, mainly developing north of Omaha, and they will have a tendency to mature and also try to move more southeastward with time toward the better instability axis into Tuesday evening. And you can see supercells lining up from around the Des Moines, Ames, Iowa region, maybe even up toward Waterloo, Iowa, stretching back here into southern Iowa, into northwest Missouri, including the Kansas City metro area, and then back into Topeka and Wichita, Kansas, into those areas. And again, not everybody will see severe weather, but the potential will be there as we go through Tuesday evening with all modes of severe weather, large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. And then as we go into Wednesday morning early, this is before sunrise, the warm front attempts to lift further to the north again. This could lead to enhanced tornado potential even well after dark. This is just before sunrise, folks, across northeastern Kansas. We will be keeping a close eye on that. Speaking of Wednesday, as we turn into the new month of May, yes, the weather pattern remains active. We have another slight risk of severe weather here, mainly in central and eastern Kansas, but also up into southeastern Nebraska. More significant severe weather for Topeka, Wichita, back toward the Dodge City and Salina, Kansas region. We'll be keeping an eye on that, mainly for hail. I think hail could be a big deal here on Wednesday, especially with those dew point temperatures well into the 60s to near 70. Instability values actually very strong, if not extreme, here into Kansas on Wednesday, over 4,000 joules per kilogram, folks. This is instability you typically see in June, July, or August, less, let alone April and May. So you can see as we go into Wednesday afternoon, already very robust 50-knot low-level jet will only become more widespread and stronger Wednesday evening, over 55 knots at times. And that will contribute to those significant tornado parameter values peaking at 11s or 12s across central, but also eastern Kansas in our viewing area by Wednesday afternoon and evening. So you can see Wednesday morning, warm front lifting north. We can't rule out some large hail producers, maybe some gusty winds or an isolated tornado threat. Tornado threat becomes a little more prevalent as we go into Wednesday afternoon, but also Wednesday evening. Notice the discrete or semi-discrete nature of these storms. They're not very organized. They're kind of far apart. So we have to watch out for the tornado potential even into Wednesday evening. And then near the warm front, as it lifts further north into the Midwest, across the Hawkeye State of Iowa, northwest Illinois, and even into eastern Nebraska there near the Omaha region and Lincoln, we have to keep an eye on that tornado potential well after dark, even into early Thursday morning. Looking at that low-level jet, though, those storms early Thursday morning will be developing on the nose of a 65-knot low-level jet, so maybe an MCS, a mesoscale convective system, may develop, and if that does occur, wind and hail would be the main threat going into early Thursday morning before sunrise as those storms cross through eastern Nebraska into Iowa and perhaps northern Missouri. We will keep an eye on that. Rainfall totals from Tuesday, April 30th into Wednesday, May 1st. Very heavy rains in some areas that need it. So we do have drought up in some of these areas into like Iowa, Nebraska, and Kansas. We could be seeing 1 to 3 inches of rain here in those areas. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Going into Thursday, May 2nd and Friday, May 3rd, temperatures here very warm. 80s across our east, yes, into Kentucky, into portions of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, potentially getting into the mid 80s as we go into Thursday. As we go into Friday, 70s and 60s to go all around, a little bit cooler in our northwest, up here into the North Dakota and northern Minnesota. Temperatures hanging back there into the 40s and 50s. Precipitation chances on Thursday, that low pressure system will be slow to move further to the east. We'll have some very heavy rain moving through the Midwest there, down into the Missouri Valley region. That will continue kind of a stripe of rain from the Ozarks up there through Iowa into Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan Thursday night. That will slowly drift eastward here towards portions of the Great Lakes region, the Ohio Valley by Friday, and Friday night we're still seeing some showers back here again with multiple waves of rain as we go through that time frame. Here's the rainfall amounts just Thursday, May 2nd into Friday, May 3rd. You can see we do have, again, 1 to 3 inches of rain, especially if you see near 3 inches of rain. That will be multiple rounds of some heavy pockets of showers and storms moving through your area, especially through Wisconsin, the UP of Michigan, Iowa, Missouri, back here into eastern Kansas in our viewing area, and this could set up a flash flooding risk here as we have multiple rounds of rain, very slow moving area of rain showers and storms near the Mississippi Valley here as we go through that Thursday, Friday timeframe. The Weather Prediction Center painting a slight risk for those areas. And finally, going into the weekend here on Saturday, May 4th and Sunday, May 5th, temperature anomalies here will be near normal to mainly above normal for most of us, still below normal temperature anomalies for the northern portions of Minnesota and into North Dakota there, just by a handful of degrees. Here's your high temperatures on Saturday, warm 70s to the east and southeast, 50s, a little bit cooler for this time of year into early May for Saturday. We're going to be warming up all across our viewing area on Sunday. Widespread spring-like temperatures, 60s, 70s, even some 80s to go around as well. Precipitation chances for the weekend. Saturday remaining mostly dry for most of us, but can't rule out a rain shower or a storm as we get those warmer temperatures to move in, even as we go into Saturday night. Much more robust storm system arrives across the high plains as we go into Sunday. This could lead to our next more significant chance for thunderstorms and thus severe weather going into Sunday night as we have instability starting to grow around 1,000 joules per kilogram into the upper Midwest and the high plains Sunday into Sunday night. The low-level jet will also increase, enhancing some of that wind shear. So a mesoscale convective system, or at least a messy mode of severe weather where we have supercells, mixed amounts of supercells there, some line segments, some multi-cell clusters, a lot of different types of storm modes potentially as we go into Sunday night. That could lead to more damaging winds, hail, and tornado potential. But for the weekend, Saturday, May the 4th into Sunday, May 5th, you can see another round of around a ½ inch to an inch of rain, some areas locally higher than an inch of rain. And then when you look between now and Sunday, May 5th, between today and Sunday, May 5th here, this is where you can see all the total rainfall amounts that we could see across the north central U.S. The wettest areas will be from the upper Midwest down into the mid-Missouri Valley, closer to the Mississippi River. And then further to the west here, like western Kansas, the western Dakotas, and the Panhandle of Nebraska, seeing less rainfall here, and then less rainfall across the Ohio Valley, but still a decent amount, around a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch there. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We will keep you covered here at North Central Weather Center throughout the entire year. Our video schedules are on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, weekends if needed, especially for higher impact weather events. Make sure to press the like button down below, the thumbs up button. It helps to get this video traction on YouTube. I definitely appreciate it. Also, thank you guys so much for just being all supportive here for this channel. I really do appreciate that, as we are trying to get this channel to 10,000 subscribers. That would be awesome here by the summer, and you can help contribute to that again by subscribing to the channel down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday out there.